The SABC Network on Facebook and Twitter, News Network at sabc.co.za, and email welcome back. Now, we constantly talk about how fast African economies are growing. Now, Deloitte is looking for the 50 fastest growing technology companies in Africa. They're calling this initiative the Technology Fast50 Africa. Joining us in the studio to talk about this is Jonathan Houston, who is the technology manager at Deloitte. Hello, and thank you for being a part of our network.
Evening, thank you.
Now, why have you decided to do this?
So what we're trying to do is essentially give young entrepreneurs and businesses a leg up to help find the next Mark Shuttleworth in terms of technology business in Africa. One of the things that we've realized is that SMEs, and specifically technology SMEs, are critical to the growth of not only the South African economy, but the economy in general. So we're trying to help give them a leg up and make sure that they're visible on a global platform. So
what's the process?
The process is quite simple. Entrepreneurs who want to get involved can go onto our website, fast50africa.com. That's a numerical 50. Go and read through the information that's on there. Fill in the questionnaire, which is a short form which asks them a couple of easy questions. That then comes through to us, and we start ranking them based on their revenue.
Once you have that, once they've entered the competition, what will the process be?
The process is quite simple. We start vetting and checking the information on our side to make sure that the information supplied is correct and accurate. And then it's simply looking at their revenue growth. One of the main criteria that we have is about revenue. And it's revenue growth over the last 5 years. Companies who want to enter need to be at least 5 years old, and they need to be African companies, African-owned as opposed to subsidiary companies from the US or the UK. And we're looking at their revenue over the last 5 years.
Now, this competition has been running across in other parts of the world.
Correct.
And it's the first time you bring it to Africa. Does your strategy then change in Africa?
Not particularly, no, because this rolls back up into our EMEA Fast 500 campaign. So the criteria that we're using is the same. So the steps that we put in place are the same. It's how we take it to market that might be slightly different.
Now, Africa is a big continent.
It is.
Are you afraid that you're not going to get to the right people who meet your criteria?
No, not at all. Our criteria aren't so stringent that they're not going to be able to. As I was saying, it's about revenue. So we need companies who have been in business for about 5 years or more. Their baseline revenues need to be at $70,000 US, and their current operating revenues need to be at $500,000 US. They need to be African companies, as I said. They need to be African-run businesses, and primarily they need to be technology businesses. We're trying to make sure that we improve the technology aspect of the country.
It's been successful in other parts of the world?
Absolutely.
And there are 500 companies that you're looking for around the world. Can you tell us about that project?
That's the EMEA side of it. So this Fast 50 rolls up into that EMEA Fast 500. So the EMEA section obviously covers Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and it's ranking the 500 fastest growing technology companies in that region.
Do they automatically get on it, or there's a different criteria?
So our Fast 50 automatically rolls up into that. So again, because it's based on revenue growth, the criteria is the same. So our Fast 50 list rolls up into that Fast 500.
All right, tell us again, where can they enter? What's the closing date?
They can find it on fast50africa.com. Closing date for nominations is the 31st of July.
All right, Jonathan Houston from Deloitte in South Africa. Thank you very much for being a part of our network tonight.
Thank you.
All right.